What's up, guys? Got a UU match for you today against a guy by the name of Frequency of Life. He added me on Skype. I guess that means he probably follows me on YouTube. And yeah, so here's the battle. I'm going to do my Nidoking. I know he's going to be fearing the Ice Beam. So I'm going to just take this opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks. Because this is not a Sheer Force Nidoking like most of the people have been running. I figured I'd try this set out. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of a return to the old 4th gen UU stuff. It's kind of more of a Nidoqueen, but I figured I'd go off the whole meta game of people fearing sheer force and offensive, etc., etc., etc. So I'm gonna go for the Toxic Spikes. He's gonna encore me into that. I'm fine with staying in. I don't know why I did that because he does have a poison type, which is gonna absorb my spikes up, or my Toxic Spikes rather. So that was kind of dumb, but whatever. So I'm gonna go my Cobalion. Figure he'd want to Ice Beam again. I'm not sure if he has the Fire Blast, because he is going to switch out here. I am faster, so it makes sense that he switches out, but I don't know if he has Fire Blast because he doesn't actually use it the entire match. But he's going to go into Zapdos. I figured he'd do that or go into another guy who resists the close combat, but after Stealth Rocks, both of them are going to take 25%. So, close combat's going to do a big chunk, and it does, it does another quarter, so Zapdos is pretty much going to die the next time he switches into a move that does, more than 25%. Despite him having leftovers because his own Sandstorm is working against him. So I'm going to switch out here, fearing the fairly obvious Heat Wave because he does have the pressure, which means he's allowed to have it. If he had Lightning Rod, he can't have Heat Wave, so I would not be scared of it. As soon as I saw it switch in, I'm like, I have to pay attention, and I saw the pressure message, and I'm like, alright, I'm good to go. I'm going to go my Rotom. Resist the Heat, the Unstab, probably not offensive Zapdos' Heat Wave, and it's going to do very little damage. He's going to switch out to his Hippopotas, probably predicting the electric move, but I'm just going to go straight for the Heat, not Heat Wave, Overheat, sorry. And that is going to do a nice chunk. It's going to do about, I want to say 55, maybe 60%. And yeah, so I'm gonna go for the Overheat again. It's gonna miss, but I don't know. I don't know if it might have killed him, and he would have not been able to get up rocks. He definitely would have died after Toxic, but I'm not really sure if he would have died before or after. Anyways, not really a big deal. So yeah, now I'm at -4. He's gonna switch into his Nidoking, which I'm not sure if he's Choice Scarfed or not, so I don't want to stay in and, find out. Despite me resisting his moves, I just wanted to go into Melodic just to be safe because it is a nice defensive wall. And I figured Thunderbolt would not be what he's going for. He actually goes for the Rock Slide, so it does end up being a really good move for me to switch out. Again, I wouldn't be able to do any damage to him anyways because I am at -4, so whatever. He's going to switch out his Nidoking. So I figure he's probably Scarfed, and he's going to go into his Credilli, which, little to my dismay, has the Storm Drain, and it's called Does Nothing. So I'm like, crap, what am I going to do here? Usually when they have Storm Drain, they are special attackers with, like, Ancient Power and Energy Ball, and, like, Recover or something, and Toxic. Anyways, so I'm going to switch out to Celebi, and he is going to hit me with a Toxic. That's not too big a deal because, Celebi is Celebi and has Natural Cure. I also have Heal Bell on this set, as you'll see later. I use this Celebi in Gen 4 OU, like, all the time. It does have Giga Drain instead of Hidden Power Fire, which I carried mainly for Breloom, as well as Scizor. And now that he's UU, I obviously don't have to worry about either of those two. So I gave a Giga Drain instead. But yeah, I'm going to Toxic him right back. He's going to go for the Curse, which is, like I said, kind of weird because he does have Storm Drain. So it's like he's getting special attack boost, but it does nothing for him because he's a physical attacker. So I don't know. It's kind of odd. But then again, Selection Cups is not too great because phasing is not too big a deal. Is that his ability? Is that what it's called? I know that's what it does. It keeps him in battle. But I think it's called Selection Cups. Anyways, so yeah, here I show him this Heal Bell. He's actually going to talk to me again for predicting me to switch to get rid of the Toxic. So I'm like, damn it. But yeah, that's not too big of a deal. I'm going to predict him to just, stay in and keep setting up, despite him being Toxic, or maybe go for like a Rock Slide or something like that. So I am going to recover. He's actually going to switch out to his Victini. And I'm going to end up gaining roughly 100 health after I take my toxic damage again. And so I'm thinking, what should I do here? This Victini, it's probably banded, considering his Nidoking, I think, is scarfed at this point. So I'm going to switch out, and I am going to go into my Rotom, because I figure if he V-creates, I might live it. Probably not, but, you know, might as well fodder it out now. But he's actually going to Fusion Bolt, predicting my Melodic. And, yeah, that's great, because now I can see if he's Scarfed, because I am Scarfed. He is faster, so he's definitely Scarfed. So I'm like, it'd be kind of weird that he has two Scarfed guys on the same team, but I've done it before, and it's not really that huge of a deal. So I'm still thinking his Nidoking is potentially Scarfed. Less so now, but it's still a possibility. Gonna go into my own Nidoking, and I'm just gonna lay off an Earthquake. And it's the beginning of a match. If I had it done, then instead of setting up Toxic Spikes, this would have happened. And that surprised me. I'm like, wow, he did not take that well. Which probably means it's especially defensive, and his Zapdos is probably physically defensive. Once again, I'm going to switch into my Cobalion. I probably shouldn't have, but he still does have that Zapdos laying around, so I figured maybe he'd want to switch into it. And if not, Ice Beam's going to do like absolutely nothing, so it's like pretty much a zero risk situation. Here he's going to go into his Zapdos, and yeah, like I said last time, you know, when he switches it again into a move that does about 25%, he's going to die. It doesn't quite kill him, but once again, that Sandstorm is going to work against him and is going to take out his Zapdos. Meanwhile, not even denting me, because I am a glorious Steel type, and I am actually gaining health because I do have leftovers. Cobalion for the win. He's going to go into Victini, which I am certain it's Scarfed, because like I said, it outsped my Scarfed Pokemon. So I am going to switch out, predicting the V-Create. This time, I'm going to go to Melodic. It still would 2-hit KO, because there is Sandstorm negating my leftovers. He's actually going to go for the Fusion Bolt. I was thinking of foddering out my Nidoking, and if I went to that, it would have been great, because obviously, you know, he would have been immune to it. But he doesn't. Like I said, I was thinking V-Create would 2-hit KO me, and it does. So I went into Melodic just to fodder, because I'm like, I don't really need it anymore at this point. But he does, again, just go for, you know, Fusion Bolt just to be safe, but in reality, not really. So I'm going to go my Nidoking now, because I know, again, he's locked in. And I am going to just, you know, lay off another Earthquake. I figured he might want to switch, but then again, he'd just die. And for some reason, it really slows down here. I think something was happening in the background, which really kind of sucked. But anyways, so that was like a slow motion Earthquake Victini kill there. I hope you liked my cinematography at that point. Totally on purpose. Anyways, he's going to go into his Clefable. I'm just going to take it over as an Earthquake, because there's not a whole lot he can do at this point. He could have just went into his own Nidoking, or this. I'm not really sure why he went into that, but I don't know, maybe he thought I'd overpredict or something like that. But anyways, I guess he figured it's not very useful, because I do have my Cobalion still, and I guess he wanted to fodder it out so that I'd kill myself with Life Orb. But as you see, I left with 18, and I'm going to hit this critically for a ton of damage, and that is a pleasant surprise, because this is probably special defensive, because it does have the curse. I'm going to go on my Cobalion, and I am going to just hit it with an Iron Head, and it's going to take it out. And that's one dead Credilli. He's going to go into his last, which is his Nidoking. Again, at this point, I still don't know if he's Scarfed. It wasn't too likely. I probably should have just stayed in and tested it, because if he does go for the Earth Power, I would be able to kill him with Celebi. But then again, if he has Fire Blast, I'd be in trouble, but not too many of them use it, because it's kind of redundant. But it would have been bad if he was Scarfed with Fire Blast. But he does have Earth Power, so he is mixed. And so I figure I'll recover. And he shows me that he's Ice Beam, so he is actually Life Orb. And that's a pretty interesting set. I don't really see Rock Slide on the special variants too much. Actually, ever, to be quite honest. But yeah, so at this point I figure recovering is obviously useless, because he did about 250. So I'm just going to Giga Drain, get a bunch of damage off. He's going to kill me, and I'm going to go to my Cobalion and yeah, kill him with a Iron Head. And that's going to be the end of the match. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun. It was a good battle. Pretty close. Like I said again, if he was scarfed with Fire Blast, I would have been kind of screwed. Um, but yeah, anyways, see you guys later.